Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're going to take a look at the new announced reboot for the LEGO Friends brand. So back in 2012, which was 10 years ago if you can believe it, LEGO launched the LEGO Friends brand to target girls demographic and to have a series of sets aimed towards girls since there wasn't really a line that was doing that yet. The original 5 protagonists were Mia, Emma, Andrea, Stephanie, and Olivia, and only one of them was non-Caucasian, Andrea. After a massively successful launch and run over the years, in 2018 they gave the brand a little bit of a redesign for the characters, show, and packaging to make it more gender neutral. They also implemented more male characters in the sets, and they even changed the ethnicities of 2 characters, Emma and Olivia, to make it more diverse and inclusive. And now we have the official announcement that the LEGO Friends brand as a whole is getting a reboot for next year. We have more information here thanks to an article from the Toy Book. As we grow, friendships grow with us. After a decade on the market, the LEGO Group has reimagined its Friends universe. With the introduction of new diverse characters, kids are enabled to feel truly represented during play. This next generation is specifically designed to celebrate the diverse friendships found in the modern world. The revamped universe includes additions of multiple skin tones, cultures, physical and non-visible disabilities, and neurodiversity. New sets will feature characters with limb difference, Down syndrome, anxiety, vitiligo, and a dog with a wheelchair. Together, the new friends will explore and work to overcome the modern challenges they face. We're continuously evolving our products so that they're reflective of society today, and that's why we're proud to launch this brand new generation of LEGO Friends, says Tracy Chiarella, head of product for LEGO Friends at the LEGO Group. We have chosen to evolve the LEGO Friends universe and TV show to be more inclusive in order to give parents and kids more tools to navigate friendship and their emotions as they grow and learn. The LEGO Group implemented input from kid testing, research, and feedback from letters sent to the company, which showed that kids had a desire to see themselves, their friends, and their families better represented. Along with the new focus, the storylines of the LEGO Friends TV show have been refreshed to develop the characters' narratives to ensure they're relatable, inclusive, and reflective of the difficulties and experiences that children face today, including the possible ups and downs of friendships. The new LEGO Friends sets will be available on January 1st, while a TV special is due to air in February, kicking off the new TV series that will accompany the toys. This includes a cast of new characters: Zach, Paisley, Autumn, Alaya, Leo, Leanne, Ollie, and Nova. Thanks to an article on brickset.com, we also have more in-depth information on each character. Starting off with Aliyah or Alaya, sorry if I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Alaya read her first chapter book when she was only 5 years old, and after reading it on her own, she immediately flipped to the front page and began reading it again out loud for her friends to listen to the story. The only thing bigger than Alaya's brain is her sweet and gentle heart. But as kind as she is to her friends and family, Alaya is sometimes tough on herself. As a child of 2 successful parents, she feels the pressure of high expectations. Luckily, even though she spends a lot of the time studying and reading, Alaya still squeezes in adventures with her best friend Autumn. Alaya is seen as a leader among her friends and in their school, but her desire to help people can sometimes go overboard, and she's been known to completely take over group projects, ending up doing everything herself so it comes out perfect. Sometimes her friends can talk her down and convince her to take a breather and let others help her, and other times she crashes hard. Slowly, Alaya is learning to use her courage not just to be a good leader, but also to admit she needs her friends as much as they say that they need her. If Autumn had it her way, her bedroom would be outside in a multi-story treehouse rather than indoors. Although her and her family live just a quick bike ride out of town, Autumn spends most of her time on the ranch, doing chores, hanging out with the animals, and exploring the deeper, darker woods at the edge. Despite being born with a limb difference, Autumn never met a challenge she didn't want to take on, whether it's climbing a cliffside for the sweetest blackberries in the state or teaching her best friend Alaya how to climb a pine tree. The only thing that makes Autumn nervous is when her mom asks if she's finished her homework yet. Although she is a bit of a daredevil and generally sees rules as just suggestions. Autumn takes her work on the ranch seriously and is devoted to animals as well as protecting the planet. Because Autumn spends so much time with animals, she can get a little annoyed with the drama of people and needs alone time to decompress, especially if she has to make an important decision. Her best friend Alaya understands this, and some of the best times they've had as friends is completely silent moments in nature, enjoying the peace and each other's affectionate company. New city, new house, new friends, and newly renovated kitchen courtesy of his two architect parents. Leo is experiencing a lot of things for the first time. Growing up, Leo found comfort in the family kitchen, especially at his grandmother's side, learning how to make his favorite dishes and practicing recipes until the flavors were just right. As the oldest sibling, Leo is familiar with caring for people and diffusing arguments, but when it comes to his peers, he is anxious to avoid confrontation in order to keep up the good vibes of the group, even at his own expense. When he first arrived in Heart Lake City, he worried whether his passion for the culinary arts would be seen as cool or cringe among the other students. That uncertainty pushes him to connect with his friends via their shared love of the beach, surfing, paddleboarding, and kicking a soccer ball around on the sand with his teammates from the Heart Lake High soccer team. Slowly but surely, Leo is getting more comfortable with letting people see this other side of him, especially because everyone is obsessed with the beach snacks he brings every week. Leo may not know it yet, but his warmth and caring personality have already gained him close friends who see the real him. Zach was destined for the spotlight. He's smart, cute, athletic, funny, a great dancer, and even a decent singer during karaoke nights. He's talented at martial arts, has won a couple motocross races. The list goes on and on and on. With so much success, you'd think a guy like Zach might be a little bit of a show-off, and you'd be right. Although everything comes easy to Zach, he's happy to share the spotlight with his friends. He always makes sure everyone is having a great time at his party and is genuinely excited to meet new people and learn more about them. Zach is as clever as he is cool and has been known to ace a test without even studying, much to Alaya's annoyance. But lately, the competition in Heart Lake City has been getting tougher. Soon, Zach will have to practice the one skill he is terrible at, dealing with failure. But with good friends like Leanne, who joins him when he plays pranks, and Alaya, who always hears him out in the rare moments he is frustrated, Zach is confident soon enough he'll be the best at being humble, in addition to everything else he is the best at. Anyone who says Leanne is disorganized just doesn't understand her organization's style. Sure, she couldn't find her blue sneakers for 2 months, but that just gave her a reason to break in her new red ones. Leanne is one of the few people who can match Autumn's boundless energy, and you can usually find her at the skate park. The only time she slows down is when she is hyper-focused on a drawing. Although she has aspirations of becoming a comic artist one day, first Leanne has to figure out how to stick with a project for longer than 15 minutes because she's easily distracted and zones out as soon as she gets bored. She can get herself into trouble occasionally, and her impulsive streak sometimes causes problems for not just her, but her friends too. Leanne's optimistic enthusiasm, however, means she's quick to get into a mess, but even quicker to apologize and make things right. She's always ready to have fun and do something new, and her bad moods never last longer than a moment. Leanne is a sparkling, joyful mood maker that nearly everyone in school wants to be friends with. Whether it's setting up the Heart Lake High fashion show, organizing a bake sale for the equestrian team, or video editing a clip for Isaac's grocery website, Ollie is always the hardest working person in the room. His charm and charisma matched with his gorgeous outfits make him a memorable person in Heart Lake City, and he often has an influence on the biggest and best events. Growing up in a working class family, Ollie was not able to afford designer brands or private classes, but there is nothing in the world that can stop Ollie when he sets his mind to something. With a few online videos, he taught himself to sew, design t-shirts, how to edit film and photos, and in just a few years, Ollie has transformed from a kid with a dream to young man with a detailed and color-coded plan. Sometimes, however, his willingness to help can turn into meddling in his friend's interest, but Ollie means well and simply sees the potential in everything. His persuasive personality means he usually gets his way, but friends like Zach and Alaya keep him on his toes, as those two are even more headstrong than himself. Between his up-and-coming YouTube channel and his growing fashion finesse, Ollie believes one day he can turn Heart Lake City into a global fashion hub. It's not that Paisley doesn't have a lot on her mind, it's more that she doesn't even know how to begin to express herself. Big crowds and noisy rooms have always made Paisley feel anxious, and although her confidence is growing, she often doubts if she'll ever be able to boldly rule the stage like Zach or jump headfirst into an adventure like Autumn. Despite being a lady of few words, Paisley has many talents. Her stunningly beautiful voice surprises everyone who hears her, and as a classically trained multi-instrumentalist, she has recorded many hours of amazing music that no one will hear. Music is very important to her because her late mother was a recording artist in the 90s, so singing and playing music is a way of remembering and connecting with her mom. When Ollie encourages her to share her music with a wider audience, Paisley is excited, but she'll have to work hard on her insecurity and self-consciousness first. A kind and soothing friend, Paisley often can tell someone is having a bad day before they even say anything, and her perceptive personality means people often come to her to talk out difficult feelings. Online, Nova is super popular. Her streaming channel has over 500,000 followers, her online handle in the gaming community is well known, and she gets tons of likes and comments on pretty much everything she posts. In real life, well, Nova is a bit of a loner. She would rather watch super scary movies instead of whatever popular sitcom everyone is talking about in school, and her deadpan sense of humor and overall blunt personality means she comes off as rude or mean to people who don't know her very well. In reality, Nova is much softer on the inside than her prickly exterior, and she is a thoughtful person and very eager to help, especially if it's a problem involving any techie stuff. Nova yearns for deep, close friendships, but has a hard time opening up to people, and because she can sometimes be a little too honest more than once, she's hurt the feelings of someone she was trying to get to know better. But the best thing about Nova is, like a true gamer that will replay the same difficulty boss level over and over again until they win, Nova is willing to try and try again to become friends with people who will care about her and all her geeky passions. The 5 original friends aren't gone though. They've grown up. We'll meet an adult Mia in one of the first sets, Autumn's house. Mia is Autumn's mother. The rest of the original friends will be making cameo appearances in both the series and the sets, albeit in adult form. The series will be launched in January on YouTube with a 44-minute premiere. That episode will be the first day of school for the friends, where they meet for the first time at the international school set featured in the first wave as well. The Friends team has committed to continue to the path on diversity that was started in 2022. As Vanilla Charity creative lead for Lego Friends says, everything that you loved about the 2022 launch will be even more so in next year. Now, speaking of, let's take a closer look at the sets accompanying the release for this new Lego Friends reboot. So the first wave includes Autumn's house, like we saw already. It is probably like the second most expensive set, retailing at $119 and more varying prices you can see here. Figures included are Autumn, Alaya, Leo, and Mia. So it is really fun that, you know, the OG gang is still making appearances, and Mia is even Autumn's mom. That is really, really fun. The actual set is really nice. I think the structure, the color palette is really cool, but maybe more muted. Yeah, definitely I feel like less colorful than we would have seen in prior releases, but it's a really nice set, and I feel like it really looks very cozy. Next up, we have Paisley's house, which does look to be like a 4+ set because it's smaller in structure. We get Paisley, Ella, and Jonathan, and retailing at $69 US. Her house is much simpler in structure, and again, I think it's like a 4+ set, so it's much more basic, but it's still a really nice looking set, and the figures at least are very cool. Like Paisley looks awesome. Next up, we have the Dog Rescue Center, retailing at $89.99. It includes figures of Autumn, Zach, and Gabriella. So we've already had clinics and pet rescue centers before in a Lego Friends universe. This is not new, but the actual structure looks cool. I like the little bone logo. I mean, that's also not new, but still. And I like the slanted roof. The blue and purple are really nice color choices here, and a little tree house at the side is also really fun. I think the figures, the little dog figure, definitely a standout. Really looks awesome. Next up, we have the Heart Lake Downtown Diner, retailing at $44.99. Figures included here are Elia, Leanne, and Charlie. Now, we've had diners before as well, but I like the structure here. The color choices are also really neat, and the figures look awesome. And then lastly, we have the biggest set, the Heart Lake International School, retailing at $169.99 US. The figures are not listed here, but we can see Ollie, Alaya, we can see Leanne, Autumn, and one unnamed character right there in the middle with the purple skirt. So 5 figures in total. I think the structure looks really cool. I like the pop of purple here in the building. Overall, it's still kind of like plain. It's just very much white with like pops of purple, yellow, and teal. I still like it though, and it feels very modern. It does feel very modern, and I think there's something about it that I still like. Okay, now that we have all that information dump out of the way, let us talk about it. So 8 new characters. We already know a little bit about them thanks to the little character descriptions, and I gotta say, I like it. I like what I'm seeing. It's very nice. It's not like the original 5 girls where each girl had like a passion and that's what their personality was. Like Olivia into science, Andrea into music, Emma is the artsy one, Stephanie is a sporty one, and then Mia is the outdoorsy one into animals. No, here you can actually see different layers of depth and dynamic and so much more layers of personality is here. I can already tell. So I'm very happy that this is not just like, oh, I'm the party one. No. There's layers. We have layers. Okay, I like that. But I gotta say, Paisley giving me serious Fluttershy vibes. Is it just me? No, I mean, even down to the hair covering one eye and her set, like house set coming with a rabbit. Come on. That is not a coincidence. Someone did that deliberately. But hey, I don't mind it. I'm just saying. Ollie is giving me a little bit of Rarity vibes, so I'm not sure why there's so many parallels between My Little Pony and Lego Friends, but anyways, overall, I gotta say I'm very excited to meet these new characters, because I never actually told y'all, but like I have collected Lego Friends. I was a huge Lego Friends fan. I almost had the entire first wave. I loved the figures. Oh my, I loved them. I think they were a great introduction for me when I was still getting into dolls, but I wasn't like completely yet collecting only dolls. Like I was into Lego, super into Lego Star Wars, and then I started getting into dolls, and then Lego Friends came out, which combined my love for dolls and Legos, so I was super into Lego Friends. I still love the little mini doll figures, and the sets. Really, I still have them in that box. Like it's I was a true fan. And then they came out with more sets, and now this reboot. It's very, very exciting. I cannot wait to see what happens with these characters. The show is premiering in January, and these sets will also come out next in January. So I don't think I'll probably buy any, but this has just been really cool to get to know these characters and just to see how Lego Friends has evolved as a brand. And really, I'm here for it. I'm here for the inclusivity. I mean, we even have a dog in a wheelchair. Like, come on. That is adorable. Like, yes, please give me more like that. I need more. Maybe we'll get a mini doll with vitiligo, maybe like, you know, like stuff like that. And Lego has been doing that with like their regular Lego minifigures as well. So like, this is a step in the right direction, in my opinion. Of course, I am very excited and I'm happy. I'm very happy to see this change and to see what happens. I know this video was different from my usual videos, but I hope for anyone who wasn't into Lego Friends, this was still enjoyable, maybe as an introduction to the brand. And for anyone who was aware of Lego Friends, I hope this was also enjoyable. I don't know, Lego Friends was really a big passion of mine when I was younger, so I definitely had to make a video about this because it's a big deal. It's a complete overhaul of a brand, complete reboot, so I definitely had to make a video about this because it's a big deal. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Leave me any thoughts or questions you may have down below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already so you don't miss out when I post more. Well, maybe I'll make more Lego content. If there's more interesting Lego Friends stuff that comes out, I will talk about it. And otherwise, you will get the latest doll tea right here. So subscribe, notification bell, don't forget. But yeah, stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time. Stay peachy. Kisses.